This is a recipe that you may or may not have seen before by me. It's my most watched video, sweet and sour chicken. I never had things written down for it, or did I put it onto the website, so we're going to be recreating it today. It's high in protein, it's easy to make, it's perfect for storing and reheating, and it's delicious. This right here is all of the ingredients we're going to need for today, plus the additions of oil, salt, and pepper. Starting things out, we're going to need one brown or yellow onion, and we're going to thinly slice this in the onion's natural position. When you get about 3/4 of the way through, just lay it flat, just makes it a whole lot easier to slice. And if your onions are quite small, you can use 2 for this recipe. Next is 2 bell peppers, any color is fine. We're just going to slice around the core, minimizing the amount of pith and seeds that come out. Sometimes there will be a few seeds left over in there, you can just give it a bang on the bench, and if you're lucky, they'll all come out in one go. We don't need to do too much to these. For the smaller pieces, you can slice them in half, rotate, and then cut into those nice bite-sized pieces like so. For the bigger slices, I do recommend slicing it into at least thirds, and then just doing the same, going through, and just making sure everything's the same size. Grate 4 cloves of garlic and 25 grams or 0.5 ounces of ginger on a microplane to create a paste, and both of these can be mixed together. They're going into the recipe at the same time. And you are more than welcome to mince this if you prefer, but I always find that paste gets the most flavor. An optional ingredient is 2 spring onions or scallions. Only use them if you've got them. Don't go out and spend all the money on them just to use 2. For the white roots, if you want to use these, we can just chop these up, roughly chop them, doesn't need to be perfect, and we can add these to the onion and the bell peppers. And with the green stem, I'm going to be using this as a garnish, so just go through and thinly slice. A cool little tip for spring onion, if you are cutting the green stem and using it as garnish, especially if the recipe takes a while, you can chuck it into some ice cold water. It's going to help crisp it up and make it last a little bit longer. In my original recipe, we used chicken breast. This time I'm going to be swapping it to thigh. It just stores and reheats a lot better. And this is 1.2 kilos or 2.6 pounds. As for this, I'm just going to slice this into long strips, rotate those strips, and then dice into nice bite-sized pieces. And just like the vegetables, if everything's cut the same size, it's all going to cook at the same rate. Now for the sauce, we need half a cup or 125 milliliters of low sodium soy sauce. Next is 80 milliliters or 1/3 of a cup of pineapple juice. This is store-bought pineapple juice, and I highly recommend using store-bought over freshly squeezed. If you use freshly squeezed, there's an enzyme within that fresh pineapple that's not going to work with the cornflour, and it won't thicken our sauce, so always use store-bought. Add in 1.5 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of tomato ketchup, and 1 tablespoon of cornflour or cornstarch. Add in a little bit of ground white pepper. And then just give it a whisk, mainly breaking up that cornflour or cornstarch and just making sure everything's nice and smooth. And before we add this into our meat, we will give this another stir because the cornflour can settle on the bottom. Once it's nice and smooth, we can pop this out of the way for the time being. Now into a saucepan, we're going to add 300 grams or 10.5 ounces of washed basmati or jasmine rice, 600 milliliters of cold water or cold stock. I like to season my rice, and then we can chuck this over a high heat and bring it up to a boil. When your rice is at a boil, we can place on a lid, reduce the heat to low, and we're going to cook this for 12 minutes on the heat, and then turn it off the heat, but leave the lid on for a final 5 minutes. While the rice is cooking, get a large pan or wok over a high heat and add in 1.5 tablespoons of any neutral flavored oil. I'm using peanut oil. When the pan's nice and hot, we can add in our bell peppers, onions, and those spring onions if you're using them. I'm just adding in a small pinch of salt, just taking in consideration that the soy sauce does have salt in it as well, and a little bit of cracked black pepper, about 10 cracks worth. Give this a quick mix around. We're going to cook this for about 5 to 6 minutes until softened. We're not going to cook it too far. We still want those vegetables to have a little bit of a bite on them. And I do recommend mixing this around regularly. After a couple of minutes, you'll start getting a really nice color on there. A little bit of char spots on those capsicums is exactly what we want. It just increases the flavor even further. If it does happen to get a little bit too dark though, just slightly turn the pan down. All right, this has now been about 5 minutes. I'm just going to turn it off the heat. You should have a beautiful color on those onions and bell peppers. What we can do now is just remove this from the pan. Get the pan back over high heat again. Get it nice and hot. When it's lightly smoking, we can add in another 1 tablespoon of peanut oil or any neutral oil, and we'll add in all of our chicken thigh. Spread this out so it's not sitting on top of one another. We want to let it build up a crust. Also, if you overcrowd the pan, it's going to steam and won't get that nice color all over it. And we're going to let this sit for about 2 to 3 minutes. I am also going to season it lightly with salt and about 10 cracks of black pepper. After a couple of minutes, we can start mixing this around. Because it's chicken thigh, we need to cook this for a little bit longer. We're going to cook this for about 8 to 10 minutes. If you're using chicken breast, it's about 6 to 8 minutes. And it also depends on how big you've cut the chicken. I do recommend mixing this around every couple of minutes or so, just until it's cooked through and you have a nice golden crust all over. This has been cooking for 8 minutes now. All of that water content has evaporated. The chicken's got a really nice color on it. We can add in our garlic and ginger paste. Turn the pan down slightly to about a medium high and make sure you break up that paste and just mix it through. Make sure it coats all of that chicken and cook this for a minute just until it's nice and fragrant. Add the cooked vegetables back in. Give the sauce another quick whisk just to break up that corn flour, and then we can add that all in there and bring this up to a boil. While it's coming to a boil, just make sure you mix it all through, get everything coated in that. And if you don't bring it up to a boil, the corn flour or cornstarch isn't going to thicken properly, so it must come to a boil first. And we're going to cook this for about 1.5 to 2 minutes, just until everything is thick, it's glossy, and that sauce is coating everything. It's also a good time just to double check the seasoning. You probably won't need to add any salt, but you might want to add a little bit more pepper here. You can even add some chili as well. As you can see, the sauce is now extremely thick and it's coating everything. Just going to turn it down to a medium low and just finish this off for the final 1 minute. So once you're happy with it, everything's nice and thick and glossy, seasoned to your liking, the chicken's beautifully coated in all of that sauce, we can then remove this from the stovetop. Just before serving, make sure you go through and fluff up your rice with a spoon, fork, or spatula. Then off to one side, I'm going to add our rice. And then on the opposite side, we can add in our sweet and sour chicken. Now this recipe makes 5 portions. The container sizes I use are 750 milliliters, and I have a link for the containers in the description. Just make sure all of the portions get an even amount of that sauce. If you're using them, we can add over the spring onions and chili as well if you wanted to add it. Do this 4 more times, and what you have is 5 portions of sweet and sour chicken, soft fluffy rice, and this looks and smells absolutely incredible. Let these cool down for about 15 to 20 minutes. They'll last 4 days in the fridge and 3 months in the freezer. Your best way to reheat is going to be a microwave. Just make sure you give it a mix around halfway through. Consider subscribing and hit that like button as well. Massively helps the channel be seen by more people. The recipe is now in the description as well for my website. There's only one thing left to do, and that is, of course, we can then dig in. They're so good.